Hey guys, so I'm not here currently because my daughters, well, not my daughters, but just one, has pink eye. So, just a few announcements. First off, look in the back of the room. There's a new addition. Hopefully nobody's sitting in it currently. Substitute, please ask them to travel back if there is somebody sitting in the nice little chair. Another nice addition is in the bookcase, in case you need it. I have a Spanish-English dictionary, yes, just letting you know. The other thing is, I also brought some lotion. I got tons of kids asking for lotion, and there is lotion located, I guess at the top right of the room, closest to the absent folder. Oh, speaking of absent folder, so I was taking guesses on who was absent on Friday, because I started doing it today and realized, wow, didn't write anything down. So if you were absent, I've got some extras located by the calculators. If you were here on Friday and you took some, put them back. So no need to pick up papers because these were the same papers from last week. All right, so let's recap what we did last week. Get out a piece of paper. Get out a piece of paper. Get out a piece of paper. You're going to need to get out your own piece of paper. Get out a piece of paper. How about you get out a piece of paper? Get out a piece of paper. All right. So hopefully we have a piece of paper. We're going to do this problem together. Write the problem down and draw a sketch. You know what? I wonder if I can delete. Oopsies. I'm going to delete this grid because, how do I delete? How can I get... cut. There we go. I'm going to cut both graphs because I want us to sketch it. I want us to practice sketching. All right. There we go. Okay. Write this equation down. Here's the recap from last week. Last week we said, all right, let's start with a t-chart of the main function. Main function will be b to the x power. So look for b to the x power. We're going to see, all right, 3 to the x. We're going to do 3 to the x. We're only going to graph -1, 0, and 1. Don't write this down. Don't write this down. But just recap from last week. We had graphs, if you were growth, kind of looked like that shape of an L. Or cashew, 4th hour. Shoot, what did 5th hour say it was? Maybe, a boomerang. That's what they said. And then 7th hour, so sorry, you're the last hour of the day, I don't think a lot. Maybe you said just backwards L. I don't know. Anyway, so that was growth or decay. We always have an asymptote. The asymptote, the horizontal asymptote typically is y equals 0 unless translated. And then we're always looking for the y-intercept, which is 0, comma a or 1, whatever. All right, backing it up. Great. So, plug -1 into this. 3 to the negative first power creates a fraction, 1/3. Plug in 0. 3 to the 0 power is just 1. And then plug in 1. 3 to the first power is 3. Now we're going to translate. So, -2 is inside the exponent. So it's inside the function, and it acts upon the table inversely of what we think. So it's inside affecting the inputs inversely. So the inputs are going to add to the outputs, because that +1 is outside the function. The outputs will be exactly as you see it. Add 1. New table. So inputs add 2. Whoa. Let's see. Yeah, -1 plus 2. 0 plus 2. Oh, yeah. And now add 1 to each output. Okay. what else do we need to take care of? Oh, the horizontal asymptote. Originally, it's y equals 0, but now we are affected exactly as the outputs are affected, since it's y equals 0. It goes with the outputs. So 0 plus 1, our new horizontal asymptote, is at 1. So if I were to draw a sketch, because you're using your own paper, draw your axes. Let's sketch the horizontal asymptote first. So we're at 1. Now draw your points. So 1, 1 and a third, 2, 3, no, 2, 2. And make sure that left side, that left arrow, gets closer and closer to your horizontal asymptote. So let's review the process. We're going to start with the t-chart of the main function, b to the x, whatever your base is to the x power. And then we're going to look at the translations. How is it translating or transforming? Because if there was a leading coefficient in front of this 3 to the x, I would have to multiply the outputs by that leading coefficient and then add or subtract whatever's out here. Next. Oh, sorry. All right, here we go. So we've got to figure out what's the b to the x. What's the main base to the x power? The main base is a third. So we're going to take a third to these powers. The main powers are -1, 0, and 1. The horizontal asymptote, let's keep track of that as well. Horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. So when you have a fraction to a negative power, you take the reciprocal. A lot of people are like, well, isn't that 1 over 1/3? Yeah, 1 over 1/3. How many thirds are in 1? There's 3 of them. So 1/3 to the -1 is 3. A third to the 0 power. So plug in a 0, a third to the 0 power, a third to the first power. And now let's look at the translations or the transformations. Because in this case, yeah, the inputs, so inside the exponent affects the inputs inversely. We're going to subtract 1 from all the inputs. And then the outputs will be multiplied by a -1. Sorry, I'm a little off, but whatever. So all the inputs are going to add 1. So -1 plus 1, we're at 0. All the outputs, and including this horizontal asymptote, we're going to multiply by -1. So the horizontal asymptote, well, 0 times -1 is 0. We're going to graph that first. So let's do a sketch. I'm just going to put my dashed line on y equals 0. Start graphing my points. And then do that shape. So even though somebody, I think it was 7th hour, not sure. Oh, and now somebody's going to be like, wait, I said that. Okay, I can't remember. Somebody had said, hey, wait a second, this is increasing the entire time. So moving left to right, it's increasing. So wouldn't that be considered growth? And I want to stress again how this is a decay function because you don't talk about the end product, or shouldn't say the word product. You don't talk about the end graph. You talk about, okay, what is the original base to that power? What is this looking like? And since the base is a third, less than 1, we call that a decay function. This is a transformation of a decay function. Ladies and gents, you will finish. I want papers in the green box to the top left of the room. I want papers in the green box Because there's front and back on your homework sheet. Front side is all growth, back side is all decay. And I believe we already did 39 and 40. So, yeah, you got 8 problems. And substitute, if you feel comfortable, you can help them out. If you missed last Friday, get on Google Classroom, look up the YouTube video, and go from there. The rest of this week, let's see, tomorrow we will start 8.3 as long as, I don't have pink eye. So, yeah, enjoy. Send me some snaps. Bye-bye.